Hi Matt, thanks for taking the time to speak to us. First of all, congratulations on the addition to the family. Hope everything's well with you lot.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's good, going well. It's strange times, but it's nice to silver lining is I get to spend a bit more time with my family, my new baby son. So yeah, no, it's not too bad. Thank you.
What was the mood like amongst the players and obviously the management headed into that new campaign?
I think the mood's similar to what it always is at Folkestone, is you want something to play for, didn't you? So we just missed out, had a good run of form. Missing Addy is a massive miss. I obviously rate Addy a lot. Got a lot of time for him as a man in the changing room, as a player. But people stepped up. Ira stepped up. Jer stepped up. So they got us the goals. And yeah, I think it was just the momentum, keep the momentum going from the back end of last year. Generally, everything was the same in terms of the team. Not loads of wholesale changes, and crack on really. And there you go. It happened. It all worked out. Well, was working out.
We were absolutely flying. We went to Kings Langley and things didn't quite go to plan.
God, didn't go to plan. Yeah. Do you know what? This sounds strange, and it is strange, but none of us felt right that day. It just, when you have a perfect storm, that's one of them days where it just didn't. I didn't feel well. I didn't feel fit. I know Callum wasn't feeling great. He had dead leg. JV felt it was a really hot day. Something just wasn't sitting well that day. I don't mean in terms of the players weren't up for it. Sometimes you have games where you just don't feel great. You're not moving well, and it just was a weird game. They were really up for it. We couldn't break them down. We had a few chances, but just the perfect storm and really poor result, poor performance. Probably the poorest performance I've had at Folkestone. Probably the biggest loss, actually. And when you consider it was a team in the league below that just lost their manager, and it was for 12 grand or whatever it was for, it was quite disappointing. It was the low point of the year. It was definitely the low point of the year. But in true Folkestone style, we did dig in, and we bounced back after that, and we started winning the league games and getting up the league. So sometimes you need a bit of a wake-up call. I think that might have been it this year.
We beat Margate 4-0 on Boxing Day at the Bill Kent. Obviously, players at the top end of the game don't really get a Christmas. They train on Christmas Day. How does it affect your Christmas knowing you've got that game on Boxing Day, and do you enjoy those fixtures?
Short answer, no. I don't enjoy them because I want to be with my family and enjoying Christmas like everyone else is. But it depends how it affects you. It depends how you prepare for it. Some players can get away with drinking as normal and eating as normal and stuff and play just as well, and some can't. So it depends how you prepare, really, and how professional you are on Christmas Day. Obviously, I have a few beers and that and eat as much as I want. But I find it. I see both ends. Fans want to come out and watch games, and it's good for the club because you can get some extra revenue. But for players at our level, especially when it's not our job, we're not full-time. We do this as a hobby as well as getting some money. And we do get money, so I do understand fans want to see us and stuff like that. But I just think maybe you can get a game in, but maybe one too many. I think Christmas, Boxing Day, New Year's Day and one in between. I don't know. Premiership, I completely understand. Tradition, want to go and watch it. But maybe not down to our leagues as much. I know the Kent League they almost have a Christmas break.
To be fair, we didn't play the Saturday after Christmas this year
Actually,
we changed that. I think the club did get the option on which one they wanted. So, yeah, because I think I went down to Lyd on that Saturday because obviously we weren't playing. But obviously we might have that weekend off, but we were 12 o'clock Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Which is then that extra 3 hours is then another 3 hours you've got to think about in terms of the day before. Yeah.
But then I prefer that because you can get back and spend Boxing Day with your family. So it did work for me, Boxing Day. But I think pick one or the other, Boxing Day or New Year's Day, and stick with one of them. Because to do both, I just think I haven't been out New Year's Eve unless I've been injured or something for 12, 13 years. I've not been able to do what other people have been doing. And I'm not getting paid enough to not, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
10 grand a week like some of the pros, and yeah, I'll stay in all the time, but not at our level. I don't think it's right, but I understand the other side, so it is what it is. And Do you know what I mean? When I play for Folkestone, I say I'm going to play all year, so I'm there, whatever. But if it was up for me, I'd choose one or the other, Boxing Day or New Year's Day, not both.
Well, we did have a good game that day. We played really well, beat them 4-0, and you got one of my favourite assists of the season, that ball through to Ira.
Yeah, I had a strange game against them. I was playing well, and then I think I pulled my groin. That's come off, and I had trouble with my groins. I think I had another month out after that. But yeah, good, not bad.
You definitely didn't play New Year's Day. I remember that.
So I would have had a New Year's Eve after all this moaning. I definitely went.
Yeah.
Trying to think what I'd done. Oh no, the missus was pregnant, so we didn't do anything. So, it was a good game. I like the Kent derbies, I must admit. We generally do all right against Margate and Tunbridge, really. So they're all right. I think I normally have all right games. I scored against them last year in Margate. Yeah, got a header from a corner. And yeah, put Ira through. I remember, it was a good ball. That's my midfield days coming back. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, no, good.
What's it like to play alongside Callum so regularly all season as a pair?
It's good playing with him. Yeah, he's a very, very good football player. It's not good being around him at any time apart from the 90 minutes on the field, because he's one of the most annoying people I've ever met. As you know, he
don't speak to us a lot.
You can't get any sense out of him. You can't have a serious conversation. I obviously drive up with him as well. So I spend much more time with him than I'd like to. But in the 90 minutes, he's very good. But if you ask anyone around the club to warm up, he takes nothing seriously. He won't train. He's kicking balls around. He's like a kid, basically. But as a player, he's very good. But I don't like saying it because he's annoying. But no, he's fantastic. He's good to play with, and it is good to have a partnership with someone that you know what they're going to do. So it has worked, and he's a very good player to play with. I played 150 games with him, and I've probably played all of my 290 with JV. I certainly haven't missed a lot of games with JV. So either side of me, we've got a lot of games together, really, which pays dividends, doesn't it? This is why we're always competing as such. So I think continuity is very, very good within football teams, certainly defence, because it's important.
Yeah, a lot of clubs around our level don't seem to quite have so much of that, whereas obviously we've kept a lot of stability over the last few years. A lot of clubs seem to have, looking at it from outside, a lot of players in and out quite a lot.
Yeah, I don't get it, really. I've never understood it. It's a strange way of doing it, unless you're failing and you need to change. Why? Because the more you play together with people, the more sort of you know each other's game, and it works. So I've never understood that, and if I ever was a manager or whatever, I would definitely look at keeping my squad together and building. You do need additions. I think you need to freshen it up with 1 and 2 new faces every year to keep competition for places. But certainly the core of the team, I would always keep the same, unless someone's underperforming. So the midfield, the centre halves, the centre mids, the forwards, some sort of continuity with the goalkeepers and stuff, I think is important within football. And if you look at the successful teams, generally they are after 1 or 2 years of building. Now, you can't throw a team together and they do well. Really, it's very rare.
But Neil's kept it together well.
Yeah, well, you want to play for him, didn't you? That's his trait, really. If you'd ask me, is you want to play for him, you want to do well for him. Do you know what I mean? I've played for him for 7 years, and he's just fantastic. He's good to be around. It's a good feel at the club. I really like the club. I always have. And when people ask me about it, and players ask me if they're coming over, what is it about Folkestone? It's just the whole club. Everything's done right. There's no real politics to it. There's no sort of backstabbing. Everyone's pulling in the same direction, and I think that's why people stay. You look at one point when I joined, I think maybe 6 of the starting 11 had played over 300 games, which is like Friendy, Frankie. They'd played like 500 odd games together. JV's played 500 games now. Blanksy's over 300. Mev, he's about 2,000, and Mev. So, like, you don't really get that. So there must be something in it, and it's the club. It's Neil. It's how he conducts himself. But it's also all the whole element of it. The money's always there. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing underhand going on at Folkestone. It's all how you see it is how it is really, and people respect that. So that's why I've stayed, and I think that's probably why everyone else has stayed, because we're not the most paid club, as you know. We got good support, to be fair. So I think, what's our crowds, 500-600 at the minute?
Pushing about, I think, just over 500 we averaged in the end.
So what's that in terms of the league? Obviously, Worthing are well out ahead.
Fourth in the league.
Okay, well, there you go. So we got good crowds.
And we did have a lot of own midweek games as well, where that takes 100 off. So if we hadn't had so many of them move for cup games, we might have been a lot better.
He's quite a well-supported club. So, yeah, no, it is testament to Neil, really, that he keeps everyone together. And I think he sees the importance of it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And he does certainly, when he talks about players, I know he asks about character as well. And I know he won't. There hasn't been many players that have come to Folkestone that have been bad eggs, if you like, that have been disruptive in the change room. Everyone sort of gets on with it. So I think that's important as well.
And obviously, you've moved back from midfield into centre half more regularly. How have you found that adjustment?
What, playing centre half?
Yeah.
Everyone tells me it's my best position. I prefer midfield, I'm not going to lie. I like being involved in the game more. But it's all right. It's easier in terms of on your legs by a long stretch. So I don't mind it. And it's all right when you're in a game where you get a lot of the ball when you play. It's not so much fun when you're playing against someone who's a lot better than you and quicker than you and stronger than you and runs you down the channels. But that's part and parcel, I suppose, isn't it? So it's okay. I don't mind it.
Obviously, playing further forward normally, you've got that ability then to play out from the back a lot more rather than more natural defenders who haven't been used to doing that so much.
Yeah, I think that was part of the thinking with Cubs, to be honest. That I think it was that, but he was hiding the excuse that I think my legs had gone. So he was telling me that we need to be able to play out from the back. Callum can play out from the back. JB can play. Alfie now can certainly play. So I think that was a part of the thinking. Football, I know it sounds strange, but even since I've played non-league, it has changed. People are trying to play, and it's the right thing to do. People want to see passing teams, so I don't see any point or problem with me going back there and playing out. Sometimes you get caught, but if you stick to it, it is what it is.
And you've got a Player of the Year trophy sat behind you that you picked up playing centre half.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's not. I never won that in midfield, so maybe that's telling me something. So, no, it's nice. We were meant to go back this summer, but I don't think it will now. But we've had a little talk in the group. Obviously, we've got a WhatsApp group, and I think it's unanimous that Alfie Paxman was going to get it this year. Certainly would have got my vote, so I might just deliver it to him at some point during the course of the season, because I don't want it. Look at the size. Can you see the size of it?
Yeah, it's not small.
No, it's big. So it's
that's about as big as Alfie.
Yeah, to be fair, he could sit in it, couldn't
he? Yeah.
Yeah. So no, to be fair, it'll go to Alf. I would have thought. Well, maybe not officially, but he should get it, shouldn't he?
Right, we went down to Worthing in February, and I'll be honest with you, I wasn't that confident. I'm not sure a lot of the fans were. We were missing JV, Callum and Alfie from our back four. Ronnie and Hassler in the middle. They were top of the league. We'd lost the week before. How did you feel heading into it?
I was feeling anxious, I'm not going to lie. I was in the car on the way up with Drakes and Kieran. And, yeah, I thought it was going to be tough. I thought it was going to be a very tough game. And it was. But, yeah, I was fearing the worst going into it. Obviously, Mev's Finn's played for Gillingham. Do you know what I mean? I've watched Finn on TV. He's a really good football player. So there was no sort of anxiety based on them two. But in all respect to Jordan Wright, he hadn't played for ages, and he was coming in left back against Worthing, who moved the ball as good as anyone. I thought he'd struggle, but in all fairness to him, he was brilliant.
Oh, he was superb that day.
Yeah, he was brilliant, and he played the next game against Tunbridge.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I played with Jordan maybe 2 years, and they were the two best games I've seen him play for us at left back. And I was actually like buzzing for Jordan because he gets a lot of stick from us, and he's a good lad. So I was buzzing for him. and he played well. But yeah, that was, as we go talking about Langley being the low point of the season for me, that was the high point of the season for me. Playing that game, winning 1-0, clean sheet. I was skipper on the day, 1,400 fans or whatever, and to go and beat them 1-0 at that stage of the season with that much importance on it, with a makeshift team really. Tyler played, 17-year-old, big game for him to come into. He done really well. It was a mature performance from us, and I must admit, at that point after the game, I thought we could go and win this. We could. I never really got involved in all the can we win it, can't we win it, until that game. I thought, you know what, based on that performance, that sort of resolve, that's typical Folkestone still, we could go and win this. So that was the high point of the season for me, definitely.
Obviously, that second shootout is now the last action we're going to see for some time. Did you have any sort of feeling at the time that might be, the football season might end up coming to an end?
Yeah, I thought straight away. As soon as I read about what was going on in China, I thought, yeah, it was a ridiculous. It has to stop. I knew it was going to stop. I thought it would stop before it did. I thought the Enfield game was strange. We weren't allowed to shake hands with them.
Yeah.
And minutes later, I'm marking their forward from a corner, and I'm. So if I knew it was going to stop, it had to stop. I thought it would probably be stopped quicker, and a decision would be made quicker on the outcome. But yeah, I could see it coming. I mean, it's 30,000 people died, haven't they? Do you know what I mean? It's significant. The whole economy stopped. My work, I work for myself. Just complete everything's closed. And football, you can't play football without touching someone, can you? So I personally think football will be the last one apart from the Premiership, because obviously they bring so much to the economy and entertainment that they'll do all they can to get that going. I think our football, non-league, grassroots, whatever you want to call it, will be one of the last things to come back in, because you can't police it. You can't stop people touching each other. You've got a lot of our fans, bless them, are older generation, and if it's spread within our stadium, we might not have any fans left.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I could see it happening. I thought it would happen before the Enfield game, but temporarily. I thought they were going to stop the game, assess it, but yeah, I knew deep down what was going to happen. The thing I miss is socialising with the boys and playing football, being with the team. And once we get that back, it'll be fine. But I get both ends, and it would be unforgivable for us to go back and something to happen to one of the players or one of the players' families or one of the staff, and then you're never going to forgive yourself because of what's happened and your part to do with it. For instance, if I had COVID, had no symptoms, and then someone that I played against or with or went in the change room and got it because of me, and someone passed away from their family, do you know what I mean? It had to happen. It is a blow, but we get on with it as we always do. Do you know what I mean? We're sort of resolute, aren't we, down at Folkestone? So we'll crack on whenever we can. If it's next year, when it is next year, when we get to play, we'll just go back to it and give you a little bit more motivation, won't it? Say, look, we were so close. We've done all this, we've done all that. Let's go and do it again.
And what's he like as a boss to play for? Presumably can't be too bad, considering how long you've played for him and you've even gone away and come back.
Yeah, I didn't even want to go away. I would have stayed. I think they got rid of me. No, he's great to play for. He is really good. And do you know what I mean? I'll probably get a bit of stick for this because the boys, after telling everyone that he rings me quite a bit and stuff, but he is good to play for. Pardon?
Teacher's pet.
No, I'm not teacher's pet, you know. We have our ding dong with me and Cugs. Like, we have arguments here and there in the change room, but that's Cugs. He lets you. He's honest. That's what I like about him. He'll tell you how it is. If you've been bad, he'll tell you bad, but it's all forgotten. He's pretty loyal with players. He just wants the best for Folkestone at all times, and whatever it takes to do that, he'll do it, and that's all you want, really. So he's good to play for. I've played, like I said, I haven't played for loads of managers. I've been quite lucky with the managers I've played for. I've had good relationships with most of them, not all of them, but he's very good to play for. he understands people, which I think is massively important. We're not just football players, we're people. I think one of the big things about Folkestone that people don't understand is he doesn't want to get you in at every opportunity. He understands that the boys from London have to drive 2 hours, especially when the motorway is being shut. He understands that, and he gives you enough trust, and he trusts you to go and do your own bits and keep fit on your own. If you're going to drive 2 hours from Folkestone to do a cardio session on the pitch, why can't you do it in a gym where you live? And he understands stuff like that, and I think that goes a long way, that he gets that people need time to themselves, and he trusts people to work. If you're not fit, you won't play. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll show. So he trusts people to go and do the fitness, and I must say, we're one of the fittest teams in the league. And if we're one of the fittest teams in the league and we don't train every Tuesday, and everyone goes, they don't train. Well, there's your answer. Do you know what I mean? A bit of trust goes a long way.
Let's look back at some of your favourites from the season. What was your favourite moment of the season?
1-0 win against Worthing.
Right.
The moment the whistle went. That moment now.
Not when the goal went in. The moment.
We still had to defend for about a minute, and I was still anxious. But the moment that whistle went, that was my favourite moment of the season.
Have you got a favourite goal that we scored?
Yeah, Jerson's goal outside of the boot.
At Cray.
I think that's one of the best goals I've seen. Where I played in the game, it's one of the best goals I've seen. The power he got outside of the boot from that range, end of the game, won us the. I think, was that the winning goal? Oh no, Yo scored.
Yohan scored the winner.
That's the best goal. That's the best goal this year. Tyler's was good, but Jerson's as a technique to hit the ball with the outside of your foot like that. That's tough to do. So yeah, Jerson's.
Yeah, we have been blessed with some ridiculous goals this year.
Chinadu scored a good one at Mersh. Yeah, probably them two, but I'll stand by that. That's the best goal I've ever seen at Folkestone. Yeah, for playing for Folkestone is Jerson's goal.
Right, cheers for your time, Matt.
No problem. Thanks for that.